You'll never believe the kind of origin story that made T Grizzley into the man he is today. Humble beginnings. T Grizzley may be the ultra successful MC he is to you today, but his story started out very differently. Grizzly's story began in a tough city of Detroit, where he lived with his family in destitution. He was basically raised by drug dealers. His mother sold drugs, as did his father, his aunt, and pretty much everyone else in his immediate family. But young T was different. Despite having the family background, he was fated for a different life of getting accepted into university to major in finance. Now, as Grizzly was approaching that crucial turning point at the end of high school, things went south. His dad gets murdered, his mom gets 15 years in prison, and soon after, Grizzly receives a letter of acceptance into Michigan State University. But the cost of tuition is about $15,000 per year. Opportunities like this rarely happen for other kids his age, so young T didn't let it slip by. The problem was getting a job to cover the tuition. Dormitory heist. So Grizzly goes to MSU and invites one of his neighborhood buddies to visit so he could discuss some get-rich-quick opportunities. One day, this friend shows up with $11,000 in hard cash, and Grizzly asks, "How did you get 11 grand? Whatever you're doing, I want in." Turns out his friend was actually involved in breaking and entering and theft. That's when they started robbing dorms at night when the occupants were asleep, taking anything of value, laptops, cell phones, and such. They were able to successfully pull off 12 robberies with the loot worth at least $10,000 and nearly $10,000 in cash. But that's just how much the police recovered. Actually, Grizzly had about 40 laptops and 20 iPhones stashed away in his room. And with the cops hot on their trail, things were about to get real messy for him. Unfortunately, Grizzly and his friend were caught whilst attempting to flee. Word of his arrest got out, and another friend quickly made his way to Grizzly's dorm to remove all the stolen property. This hindered the police investigation, so they had to let Grizzly go while they took their time to prepare a better case against him. The jewelry heist. You'd think a close encounter with prison time would slow Grizzly down, but that's when his friend came with a plan for a jewelry heist over in Kentucky. This heist, ironically, would make Grizzly who he is today. Grizzly must have thought he'd need a ton of cash to avoid a very competent lawyer to get him out of his current predicament, so he went along with the idea. To be on the safe side, they made an emergency call to the police claiming there was a shootout at a school on the other side of town so that the cops would leave the area, thereby buying them time to carry out their heist plan. The plan was simple, a smash and grab. Just smash the glass display cases, grab all the expensive jewelry, and get the fudge out of Dodge in the getaway car they had stolen. Except for the part where it actually wasn't a jewelry store in the first place, but a pawn shop. However, that didn't deter them. Not even when the suspicious shop owner questioned Grizzly about wearing a hoodie in such hot weather, to which he replied that they were boxers trying to lose weight. After a couple of minutes of skulking about, Grizzly initiates the operation by smashing the display case and attempting to grab a Rolex watch. That's when the third hitch in the plan comes into play. A customer with a gun, legally permitted of course, who wastes no time aiming at Grizzly until they surrendered. The arrest. It took the cops a whole hour to arrive at the scene to arrest Grizzly and his crew thanks to their phony school shooting call. Grizzly was found guilty of the botched robbery and did time in Kentucky prison, which was known to be terrible. When he was done serving time there, he was moved to Michigan to do more time for the dormitory robberies. It was there that Grizzly became the man he is today. Focusing on music, he released a hit track, First Day Out, which basically ushered him into the music career. Today, Grizzly's got way more expensive jewelry like his signature Grizzly Bear piece.